The shit that he's bringing up, if you a middle schooler trying to be cool, bro, that shit is not gonna matter, bro. Bills gonna be coming in, nigga. Can you pay that bill? Can you pay rent? Can you pay the car note? Can you know what I'm saying? Real life issue. Are you gonna be able to chase your dreams? Are you gonna be able to put the work in to get to where you wanna go? That's all that matters. Like, if it don't matter in high school, you know for damn sure it ain't gonna matter in middle school. What's good, So Wavy Gang, man? It is your boy Gummy the Don, aka Gummy So Wavy, you feel me? Today we are watching kids who peaked in middle school. Man, to me, peaking in middle school is nasty work, like, but I also know that is a reality because now that I think about it, I damn near peaked in middle school. But yeah, that's today's video. We're gonna hop right into it.
Familiar with peaking in high school. If you've
Yeah, I'm
graduated,
very
I'm sure
familiar
you
with
can
peaking
think
in
of
high
people
school.
who were the coolest back in high school, but now have seemingly fizzled into nothing.
That's more common, peaking in high school. I have heard that term. This new term, peaking in middle school, is kind of new to me, by saying, because when I think about it, I have seen somebody do that before, and it damn near happened to me, but I didn't allow it.
Whether it be the football player that was good but never good enough to make it to college, or the prom king or queen that were the most desired people back in
Sad
high
case
school,
for a lot of
but
people.
never really had any goals or aspirations and were
All the single moms you knew from high school showing up for their pyramid scheme conference.
completely unprepared for the cold
Hell
reality of
no.
life. Or that one girl, how do I say this, who enjoyed sharing her cheer to all the boys at school. Whatever the example in your mind may be, it's a very familiar and very true trope. But that's why I'm not here
Very
to
true.
talk about peaking in high school. I'm here to talk about an even sadder and less discussed scenario: peaking in middle school. Buckle up, because this video might be depressing to those that it applies to. Now, you may be thinking, Philip, peaking in middle school? What does that even mean? In middle
Yeah.
school, I was doing Fortnite dances and pooping in urinals. How is it even possible to...
Yo, if you was doing that bullshit, you belong in a solution, bro. Like, that's insane. Like, who would think of, okay, I'm about to fuck this urinal up by taking a shit in it? Like, that is nasty work. It's no other word for it. It's fucking nasty work.
peak when I'm 12 years old? Well, let me tell you with a real
I was doing some outrageous shit, you feel me? But I wasn't doing shit like that.
life story. When I was 12 years old, the coolest middle schooler of all time was Mikey Williams, the self-proclaimed
That
number
nigga
one
was
ranked
cold.
7th grade basketball
In
player
middle
in
school,
the
he was cold.
country. He was in my grade, so I remember back in 2018 when he was dunking as an 8th grader, talking trash, dapping up LeBron, and breaking all these crazy scoring records. And not to mention, every single girl I knew, and I mean every single girl I knew back in middle school, had a crush on him. I mean, this dude was the king of 8th graders. As a middle schooler, he had a bigger social media following than most NBA players, and
Yo, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. That's crazy.
he was being interviewed
He was him, but like, I didn't know he had that many
and
followers on
profiled by
Instagram.
virtually every single basketball news outlet. But 8th grade was kind of the peak of the Mikey Williams hype train. Now, don't
Yeah.
get me wrong, in high school he was still very popular, but the competition started to catch up, and he went from the number 1 ranked 8th grader in the country to the number 39 ranked player in his graduating class.
He bringing up stats that I didn't know. I was aware that this happened to Mikey Williams. I would like to say, being ranked, period. Oh, you still cold. He still had an offer to Memphis. He went from a 5-star to a 4-star. That you at 39, you still cold as shit, bro. It ain't like you fell all the way off and you not hooping no more. What was crazy? It's crazy to go from number 1 though, the highly touted, best ranked. You the best in the world, basically going down to 39. Now it's kind of like two sides of that coin. But I think he's still cold. I'm glad he's hooping down there in Florida. I don't know what school, some school in Florida. And he, that case, he ultimately won that case he was in. That's very dope for him. So, that just reminded me of his.
And just as his college season was about to start, he got caught with a super soaker and is now
Yeah,
facing very scary charges. And that
he
is the most
This video must have got recorded later, but he's out of that situation.
Extreme
No
but
more super
sad
soldiers,
reality
bro.
of
Don't
peaking
carry
in
that
middle
shit.
school. I remember back when I played on my middle school basketball team, there was another kid on the team who averaged 20 points a game. And for those that don't know, averaging 20 points in middle school is a damn near Kobe Bryant performance every single game. This dude was legit and had a crazy bag, but none of the high school coaches were interested in him because he never really listened to the coach in middle school and relied more on his natural talent than any sort of work ethic. That's why when I got to 9th grade, I was surprised to hear that he wasn't playing basketball at all. This dude was the coolest guy in middle school. I mean, he had Yes Men as a 13-year-old. I literally remember
Let me go
a
back.
guy
What was
in
that?
middle school wasn't playing basketball at all. This dude
Yo, this nostalgia is fuck for me, bro. Like back when iPhones first came out, The Weeknd, Drake, J. Popular as hell. These emojis was the most popular emojis. KD shoes. We used to have a KD backpack, KD shoes, and shit like that. We would literally walked around. We didn't even have to be in school, bro. We would walk around with a backpack on, with nothing in there, dug in and shit. Hey, hey. We'd be walking around with no backpack, dug in. You feel me? Like, and I do remember this shit is. If you wore this at my school, you definitely got roasted. Like the emoji shit, that shit was cool in some areas, but around where I was from, bro, nah. And Instagram, Snapchat was very popular when I was in middle school. So this is nostalgia. So I had to.
was the coolest guy in middle school. I mean, he had Yes Men as a 13-year-old. I literally remember that he just had an entourage of dudes with him that went everywhere with him and just agreed with him. But I also remember every time we did conditioning drills in basketball, he was always the guy that was just walking behind everyone as if he was too good for it. And
Your
that's
ass
why
getting
middle
cut.
school is as far
You
as he
playing my
ever
team
went
like
in
that, you
terms
getting
of
cut.
social status and basketball. Every time I saw him in the hallways in high school, he just seemed like he just didn't care. And don't get me wrong, he still had friends and seemed like a chill dude, but you can tell that he never really reached his potential. And that's what I'm talking about when I say peaking in middle school. If the coolest kid in elementary school was the guy who was the fastest at recess, then the coolest kid in middle school was the guy who had the most Instagram followers and highest snap score, the one who got all the girls and started on the basketball or football team. And a lot of those guys transitioned their coolness into high school, but the ones that were left behind are a really sad story. I remember when I was
Facts.
13, there was dudes who were smoking and smashing. Like, that was just insane to me. When I was 13, I was playing 2K and watching the odd ones out.
Facts.
Like,
Facts.
that
Some
was
people grow up fast as shit, bro.
insane to me. I guess some people just developed faster.
Some
Maybe,
people do
probably even
develop
too
fast as you
fast. Because
grow up.
those same dudes got hella raggedy in high school and just reeked of grass everywhere they went. I did like the anti-peak in middle school. Like, middle school was probably my lowest point. I think back to some moments when I was 12 and 13 and just
Kinda.
cringe. I was so insecure and had no clue how to act, so I just tried all these different styles and they all failed, and I wasn't comfortable in my own skin. I was so jealous of the kids that
Typical.
were at the top of the social hierarchy in middle school, the ones that just seemed to fit in and always be the center of attention and say the right things. I mean, I
One
would
thing I realized, man, in middle school, so it don't matter even in high school if you was the most popular, had the most followers, star team. Like this shit at the end of the day is not gonna matter. You feel me? And that's high school, peaking in high school or being very popular in high school. So I couldn't imagine in middle school, bro. Like the shit that you're bringing up, I agree with everything he's saying, but I just want to say to the viewers, bro, the shit that he's bringing up. If you a middle schooler trying to be cool, bro, that shit is not gonna matter, bro. Bills gonna be coming in, nigga. Can you pay that bill? Can you pay rent? Can you pay the car note? Can you know what I'm saying? Real life issue. Are you gonna be able to chase your dreams? Are you gonna be able to put the work in to get to where you wanna go? That's all that matters. Like if it don't matter in high school, you know for damn sure it ain't gonna matter in middle school. You know, this is a great.
I was a film kid back in middle school, in a generation
Don't
where
matter,
no
man.
one is a film kid. I remember I was referencing like Martin Scorsese movies in 8th grade when people were making TikToks, hit or miss. You remember that? I mean, I didn't even really fit in with like the nerdy kids or like the gamer kids because I was into basketball, but I was also into movies and I was also into video editing. And I was just this weird amalgamation of things that didn't make sense jumbled together, and I just didn't feel like I
Yeah,
was
alright,
in
my nigga.
place
Shit.
anywhere. I mean, don't get me wrong, I wasn't like an outcast, and I still had friends, but I just felt like I didn't really find myself. I was constantly plagued by insecurities and felt underconfident in pretty much every scenario, but I improved myself a lot in high school and spent a lot of time improving my confidence, becoming more comfortable in social scenarios, and finding friends that were more aligned to myself. And I think that's the beauty of middle school. It's a time where you're allowed to be this mess of a person that doesn't know who they are, but thinks they know everything. I think while we're in middle school, we think that it's a lot more important than it actually is. I mean, if high school isn't important in the real world, then middle school is literally nothing. A 3-year blip full of acne and cringe to the highest degree. And that's why I find it comical when I see these kids try to act so grown these days. If you're 13, stop trying to act like you're cool, okay? Go play Fortnite and enjoy your lack of responsibility. High school is right around the corner, and you really, really don't want middle school to be the peak of your existence. I guess the lesson to all the middle schoolers out there is don't be afraid to be a middle schooler. You're gonna be hella insecure and you don't even know what to do. You think you're smarter than everyone, and that's fine. We all have been there. But don't try to grow up too fast and don't try to be too cool. Because you're 13, and if you're in middle school and you were offended by that statement, just wait till you're older. You'll see that it was facts. Mr. B.
Yeah, this was a dope video. Y'all comment below and let me know what y'all think. Peaking in middle school is crazy, man. And so just be a kid. Don't be too arrogant, wherever position you in, man. And keep striving to be greater. Each period of your life. You know, you got middle school, you got people that peak in middle school. Obviously, I didn't really know too much about that, but now that I think about it and watching this video, this is very true. You got hella people that peak in high school. I know and see a lot of them on social media. You got people that peak in college, you know, and I see that myself, and I'm currently transitioning out of college. You know, I already graduated this past semester. And that's one of my main goals is not to peak after college, because that's very true as well. But yeah, y'all comment below. Let me know what y'all think about this video. Y'all like, comment, and subscribe, man. It is your boy Gummy the Don, aka Gummy So Wavy, and we out this thing, man.
Broke my heart in high school, swear I needed that. Old girl tried to trap me with a baby, I swear I needed that. Made me focus on my paper, man, I swear I needed that. Trying to turn a stack of 20s in a stack of blue rats.